Welcome all. Let's see a question from 2019 JEE Mains, Kinematics question. Uh, the question says there is a ship A. Okay, let this be, one second, sorry. Okay, let this be ship A. There is a ship A here. It is sailing in northeast direction. So first let me tell you what are the directions. This is north, okay. This is south. North is like positive y-axis. South is like negative y-axis. This is east, okay, like positive x-axis. This is west, negative x-axis. So mathematically, east could be written as I, could be represented using I. North could be represented using J. South could be represented using minus J. West could be represented using minus I. Okay, these are the directions. Here our ship is sailing in northeast direction, in this direction, okay, from here to here, like this, with 30 I plus 50 J velocity. Okay, that means it is going like this. This is the ship's velocity, ship A's velocity, okay, VA, which is 30 I plus 50 J. And there is another ship B, which is at a distance of 80 kilometer east and 50 kilometer north. That means basically they have given the coordinates of, if I take point A as 0 0, okay, let me put it like this. Suppose I am taking this as the origin, okay. So this is y-axis, this is x-axis, okay. A is at origin. Okay, then the B is at a distance of 80 kilometer east and 150 kilometer north. What is east? East is x coordinate, positive x coordinate. What is north? North is positive y coordinate. Okay, so the coordinate of point B is 80 east and 150 north. Okay, so our ship B, okay, let this be ship B. Ship B is at what point? Ship B is at point 80 comma 150. Okay, and it is sailing towards west at a speed of 10 kilometer per hour. It is sailing west at a speed of 10 kilometer per hour. That means its velocity vector is purely horizontal, because west is horizontal, with a speed of 10 kilometer per hour. So let me put it as minus 10I. Why minus 10I? Because west is minus, it's to going west means it is going towards negative x direction. So minus 10I. Okay. Question is, A will be at minimum distance from B in what time? Okay, so basically they are both approaching each other. One is going horizontal, one is going towards west. Okay, this guy is going like this. Okay, at some point they will be at a minimum distance. Okay, so let me say that they are at a minimum distance. When do they come at a minimum distance? Probably they come at a minimum distance when they are just above each other, right? Okay, this will be the minimum distance. Okay, right now one is here, one is here, one is here. Okay, distance is this much, but the distance becomes minimum when they just cross past each other. Okay, and let it happens at time t. Okay, right now time is 0. Okay, right now t is 0. At t equal to 0, the A is put at the reference 0, 0, B is at 80, 150. Let's suppose after time t they come at a minimum distance between each other. Okay. So after time t, what will be the coordinates of A and B? Okay. Let's figure out that. Okay. Let let the coordinate of uh, AB, how much it will be? Distance traveled coordinate will be velocity into time, right? Distance traveled is simply distance is velocity into time. So here, let after time t, what will be the velocity? What will be the coordinate of A? A will be, what is the velocity of A? 30I and 50J. That means 30 velocity component in 30 units of velocity in x direction and 50 units of velocity in y direction. So distance traveled in x direction must be 30t. So the new coordinate will be 30t and 50t for A, right? Because 30 and 50 are its velocity. What will be the coordinate of B? Let B be here. B's coordinate will be, it must have traveled what distance? It must have traveled 10t towards this direction, right? It must have traveled from here, it must have traveled 10t. The actual distance here was 80 kilometers. Okay. Now it traveled from here to here. This distance will be 10t. Okay. So the coordinate of B must be, coordinate is measured from the origin, right? 80 minus 10t. Okay, that must be the x coordinate. Y coordinate will be the same. What is that? It must be 150 because it doesn't have any y component of velocity. So you know, the coordinate of B must be, for you to, for you to get it clear. Let me put it again. A is here. Okay, A is here. What is the coordinate? 30t, 50t. Okay. 30t, 50t. That is the coordinate of A. B must have reached here. Okay. What must be its coordinate? Its coordinate must be the distance from here. Okay. Its initial distance was this much, which was 80 here. Right now it must have traveled 10t. So this distance must be 80 minus 10t. This is 10t, right? This is 10t. So this distance must be 80 minus 10t. So 80 minus 10t, comma 150 is the same. It doesn't move vertically. Okay. So this is the distance between A and B at time t. Okay. And this distance is equal to square root of, say, x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square, right? Say if you have 2 points x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2, then the distance between them must be square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square, right? So if we do the calculation, d is equal to square root of, what is x2? x2 is 80 minus 10t. 80 minus 10t minus 30t, right? So 80 minus 40t the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. What is y2? 150. 150 minus 50t. Okay, 150 minus 50t the whole square, the whole root. This is the distance d, right? So let me put it as d square. Okay, d square is equal to 80 minus 40t the whole square plus 150 minus 50t the whole square. Okay, and our question is, when will be the distance minimum? The distance will be minimum when d by dt of, say, this distance will be minimum when the derivative is 0, right? Derivative of the distance becomes 0 when the distance is either maxima or minima. So d by dt of d must be 0 for it to be, for d to be minimum. Okay, that means, in other words, we can say d by dt of d square will be also 0. If d is minimum, then d square will be also minimum, right? So we can say, for our convenience, we can say d by dt of d square must be minimum. Okay, then that means d by dt of, what is d square? D square is 80 square plus 40 square t square minus 2ab, 2 into 80 into 40t, 2 into 80 into 40t, okay, plus 150 square plus 50 square t square minus 300 into 50t. Okay, derivative of this must be 0. Okay, here, what are the terms without t? This doesn't have any t, so this is a constant. This will not have any t, does not have any t, so this must be constant. Okay, so the derivative of this must be equal to, this whole thing must be equal to 0. Okay, that means, let us take the derivative, 40 square 2t, 40 square into 2t minus 160 into 40, okay, plus 50 square into 2t minus 300 into 50 must be equal to 0. Okay, so let's rearrange them. Let's put the negative terms on the right. So 40 square into 2t, 40 square into 2t, okay, plus 50 square into 2t, t square into 2t must be equal to 160 into 40 plus 160 into 40 plus 300 into 50, 300 into 50. Okay, let me take 2t outside. 2t into 40 square is 1600 plus 2500 must be equal to, let me take 100 from here, 100 from both sides. Let me take 100 into, no, let me take 10 from both sides. 10 into 16 into 4 into 100 plus 3 into 50 into 100, right? Okay, so let's take 100 into 16 into 4 plus 3 into 50. This is equal to 2t into 16 plus 25 into 100. Okay, so these both hundreds get cancelled. So 2t into 16 plus 25 is 41. This must be equal to 16 into 4 is 64 plus 150. Okay, so it becomes 214. Okay, 214. So 2t must be equal to 214 divided by 41. So t must be 107 by 41. Okay, 107 by 41 will be roughly 2.5 or something. Let's see the answer. So 2.6 must be the answer. Okay, 2.6. So that's it. Hope you understood. So that's it. It's a simple question. Thank you.